It's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping Biden's head off. No human contact. And if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet is to stay away. Never Trumpers. It's just one of those days. It's all about he said, she said bullshit. I think you better quit. Let it shit slip. Or don't be living with a bad lip. It's all about it. He said, she said bullshit. I think you better quit talking that shit. So come and get it. I feel like shit. My suggestion is to keep your distance. Right now, I'm dangerous. We've all felt like shit and been treated like shit. And all those motherfuckers that want to step up. I hope you know I got a chainsaw. I'll get your ass wrong. And my day keeps going this way. I just might break something tonight. I got a chainsaw. I'll get your ass wrong. But if my day keeps going this way, I just might break something tonight. I got a chainsaw. I'll get your ass wrong. And if my day keeps going this way, I just might break your fucking face tonight. Give me something to break. Just give me something to break. We're gonna break this wall. And then we'll build the wall. I hope you know the chainsaw. What? The chainsaw. What? I'll kick your ass, Joe. What? And don't forget.
Oh, yeah. Pew, 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 pew. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PTPOD number 37. We are back and we are live. Pod people, we love you. Thank you. We've been seeing a rise in numbers lately, and that's kick-ass. I hope everyone is sufficiently triggered and angry that I played Evil Orange Man talking some angry Limp Bizkit stuff. I just had to play that. It was just so lovely and deliciously triggering. Pause, no diddy. Anyway, guys, it has been a hell of a week, man. And it's only Tuesday. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're hanging in there, man. The summer is coming. Hang in there with us. We're going to do some great things. And speaking of great things, a man who does great things every day of his life, including blowing up chats and blowing people's minds. He was here a couple of weeks ago, and he did an amazing job. We got to get into it with him about his background so you know where this man is coming from. Now we're about to get into some deeper topics, what's going on in current events, what it was like to serve all that time, just all kinds of that shit. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the man, the myth, the legend, your friend, my friend, Rudy the Vet. Pew, 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 pew. What up, Rudy?
What's good, Mike? How you doing today, brother?
Man, I am good. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I appreciate the intro, brother. I appreciate the intro.
Heck yeah, well, always, man. Always. You are a bad man, and you do amazing shit. So, man, let's just start off because it's hot. It's still boiling. You got to be still simmering. There's no way you were frying up what you were frying up earlier on the Goldstein Spaces. You know what I'm saying? And the pot is completely cooled down. There's no way. So I know you got some simmer on you, and I want to turn that heat up, and I want you to hit me, man. You were talking basically a little bit about Marjorie Taylor Greene. You know what I'm saying? We got a hi, Mr. Rudy from Amy in the chat.
How you doing?
And how you are extremely unhappy with her. I do have one pushback from the point you were making, but I want to let you make it for the folks here. So tell me, man, what do you like and or not like about, just how do you feel about Marjorie Taylor Greene?
TG, right? So she gets into Congress. Now, she's a true outsider. She's not a career politician. She's just some chick from Georgia, won her district. All props to her for that. And then she's so scared, the system's so scared of her, they kick her off all the committees. You know, they push her in the back. The media is smearing the hell out of her. So I'm like, maybe this chick will be like Thomas Massey and make some real noise. You know, maybe she'll be like Matt Gaetz, make some real noise. You know, some of the decent ones. There's some decent ones in there. Sure. I mean, all of them are just tools, you know, to use for what you need, but there's probably a couple decent human beings there. And then, you know, she gets reelected, and, you know, the McCarthy shit happens, and She's in there. We need Kevin McCarthy. We need Kevin McCarthy. Then they drop the list of investments, and like, dog, the lady bought a bunch of Pfizer stock before COVID, man. She's started all the insider trading that they do in Congress. Now, what are you there to do, man? Are you there to disrupt, bring it back to what the constitutional republic, bring it back a little bit, try to bring it to what we were promised, to what we were taught, the lies they told us about our country, bring it back to pre-1913 maybe, before the Federal Reserve, bring it back to Andrew Jackson when they smashed the First Central Bank, bring it back to what it was supposed to be, or you're going to get in there and sell and buy stocks and insider trade. And that's what she did, bro. And then when she came out from McCarthy, you could tell that the system, the Republicans took power, but the system bought her out, man. That's how I feel, dude. I don't,
And you shared info that blew me away that I did not know. And I haven't had time to research, but man, if Rudy says it, I'm about 10 toes on it. You know what I'm saying? And that is that she bought Pfizer stock right before the COVID vax or the COVID crisis.
Look in 2020, like she got in there and instantly started the stock shit. It's like Dan Crenshaw, supposed Republican. He's a ex-Navy SEAL. Like, thank you for your service, brother. I appreciate that you were a SEAL, man. I have nothing but love for the United States military. But when you get into the political arena, in 2016, I got into it with an ex-Vietnam vet that was my truck driving school teacher. When I said something about fuck John McCain, he's like, well, that guy served. I said, dude, I don't, I respect what he did in Vietnam. It is what it is. But dude, you enter politics, man, it's all game, dude. Your service is out the door, man. And look at Crenshaw. He was another one of those, he's going to change the system. And he's that soundbite guy who's like, calmly attacking woke. But Crenshaw went to Harvard. Now Crenshaw, they all, dude, when they get in there, if you get in there and you start buying and selling stocks, man, you're not in there for anything but to get rich, man. That's just how I feel. And like,
I agree.
And it's like you said earlier, maybe she's the op dog, bought off and paid. Her husband left her. You know what I'm saying? She got a divorce when this all happened. Like DC got to her. I feel like Marjorie wasn't a tough enough person to go into DC and still be like, fuck you like a Thomas Massey, or say fuck you like a Matt Gaetz. Even though Matt Gaetz is a spoiled rich kid, he's still a fuck you kind of guy. He doesn't take corporate dollars, man. Thomas Massey's he's the man, dude. Him and Rand Paul are the man. Too bad we can't hundreds of, guys like that, man.
Yeah, I do like Massey. It's funny you mentioned, I was just going to bring up Madison Cawthorn. I think Madison Cawthorn was his name. Yeah. And I know him officially because Dave Chappelle roasted him a little bit. But he was the dude in the wheelchair, and he got primaried and the fuck out of there after one term because he came out like his first weekend. He was like, they invited me to all these weird sex parties. And like my first weekend, I roll out and they're inviting me to all this crazy shit. And it seems like either you play that game and something mentioned today that I've said many times before is the ones that get elevated, the ones that you see on the news and on Fox, because there's hundreds of them. Yet we only see 5, 6, a dozen. Those are the ones that are going to those parties, and now she is playing the role of a man. If you think about it, dude, she's divorced, single mom, lifting the weights. And once again, man, there's, I believe in infiltration, and I think maybe she wasn't a plant to begin with, but they were like, here's how we do this. And my problem, once again, is the fact that what are they covering up? Let's talk about, me, I'm so much more interested in the story behind the story, right? Than I am just what the fuck is in front of our face, because they're putting that in front of our face on purpose because they know we'll Jerry Springer it.
It's DARPA's undefeated, dog. Friday when all this shit started popping, they had the COVID guy up, the NIH guy up there and grilled him, and he actually told some truths, not the truth, but some truths. Tried to cover it up, but basically let the bag slip. And we're arguing about chickens clucking in Congress, man. These are chickens clucking in Congress. Just like Maxine Waters is a chicken, just like Harriet Hagerman is a chicken. These people are chickens in Congress, man. And we're arguing about that while the real shit's going on and nobody's reporting on it. Or Harrison Buckner, a Catholic dude at a Catholic college, and you know how I feel about the Catholics, but giving a speech about motherhood and the vitriol from one side of the American populace and the fucking internet. And that's what we're arguing about. Meanwhile, over there in Australia, part of the Five Eyes, look up the Five Eyes, ladies and gentlemen, is passing digital IDs, man. And it's coming. And you're arguing about MTG, and like I've seen people.
You see that? Look who's in the chat. Pew, 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 pew.
You're right, Goldman. You're right. Noah. Goldman
Jonah.
Jonah. Yeah, my bad.
That's Troublemaker Jonah, baby, in the building. Good to see you, brother.
He's absolutely right. Goldman made the little porn star comment in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's all show, bro. It's all show. Just remember, man, in 1776, there's people on the podcast that, out there in the world. In 1775, it was a 0.3% tax on tea and the country went ape shit. Think about how you're taxed now, dude. There's nothing you buy a gallon of gasoline, the government gets their cut. You know what I'm saying? You buy anything in your state gets their cut. Property taxes. How do you own anything? You got to pay taxes on it till you die.
Well, think about, I was blown away. Actually, I heard this from a libertarian friend that made me think. He's like, you understand every dollar you spend is taxed 4 times by the time it gets to the bank. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, think about the fact that your boss had to pay taxes on that payroll. Then you had to pay taxes out of your payroll. Then you take that twice taxed dollar and you go spend it somewhere. And whatever you purchase, you have to pay sales tax on top of that. So that's a taxed dollar. Then that business has to pay their business taxes at the end of the year on that dollar they just took in. So that dollar is taxed 4 freaking times before it gets to a bank for a small business. And that doesn't include the business owner's taxes that dollar has to pay for as well. And nobody thinks about that. They've done this brilliant job of that incremental frog in a pot thing, I think. Yeah.
They built a false economy built on nothing, bro. It's built on nothing. It's built on nothing. The largest employer in the United States, the people with the most people employed, the biggest employer in the United States is the United States fucking government. And you think them people want to take pay cuts? They get full rides, medical, everything. Just cut the Department of Education and look how just much money you would save cutting out the Department of Education on just DC salaries. Because Massey broke that down on Timcast one night and was throwing out a number. Thomas Massey was like, if you just get rid of the bureaucrats in DC, you'll say, I think it was like $4 million per state. Jesus, dude, it's crazy, dude. Like, this country, I bet you if you go out right now, the man on the street type interview, and they shit like that, and ask people, when did income tax start in America? They can't even tell you that it didn't even come until 1916. Like, the U.S. government made money on tariffs from overseas products. You know what I mean? It's
from what we produced. Okay, so I know you're not a huge Trump guy. And I'm not necessarily a huge Trump guy myself. I feel like he's a better option, and I feel like I have to participate because, but let me just finish. His idea, because I've got a legit question to ask you. His idea of switching us back to an oil-based economy and ultimately transitioning that to a gold economy, just like the UAE did, just like Saudi Arabia did, which was taking the debt, buying back all your debt, selling oil to buy gold slowly but surely, and then have every dollar backed by gold, first by oil that we actually own and are selling. What's your thoughts on that?
You gotta be something more than false numbers cooked up by some Keynesian economist, right?
That's true. That's fair.
This is what it is, dude. Like, what's the money worth, man? I'm gonna tell you what. This guy, first of all, on the Trump thing, dude, I was on Trump hard until I bought Trump shirts. I walked through amusement parks. I could send you videos when I was in Midtown Manhattan, walking around with a MAGA hat and a Trump shirt, piping off at the mouth in Manhattan, just walking through there talking shit, loud as hell, laughing with my camera. Like, dude, But you didn't do what you said you're going to do, man. You hired John Bull. You hired fucking swamp rats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, the average Trump supporter, well, they tricked him. Well, I mean, this is supposed to be the 4D chess genius. What do you mean you tricked? No, he let his dirty ass crooked son-in-law get involved. His dirty ass daughter, like them, Ivanka and Jared are corrupt, man. You know what I'm saying? I bet you if the DOJ dug into them, like they dug into Daddy, they might find something, because her husband is a crook, dude. He's a fucking crook, man. So you didn't do it, but the other option is shit. If they try to put Kennedy up, he's shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think anything's really going to change much on a foreign policy basis. He might negotiate some peace. He might not. Let's be honest. We don't know what's going to happen with that. But they might just destroy the economy. I'm just hoping that he gets in there, and in about a year or two, the last 2 years of his shit, we can get some money rolling again. Because he's not going to fix it overnight. He's not getting elected, right? If he gets elected, he's not getting elected. And the economy is going to turn around overnight. It's going to take a year. These people have ran wood into the economy. You know what I'm saying? They have ran wood in the economy. But I mean, I'm not totally anti-Trump, man. You know what I'm saying? He's just Donnie T now. But, you know, I just think, you know, I hope people don't expect too much. I bet you he don't go after Biden and his son and put them in jail. Like, they actually broke the fucking law. They actually broke the law. Them people broke the law. Hunter and Joe broke the law. I mean, it's there, the laptop, his daughter's fucking diary. All this shit's right there in your face. And you want to believe the people who told you to take the fucking vaccine because they are, no, I mean, America is dumb, dude. We are dumb. We are non-thinking people, man.
I completely agree. And we could even go a step further and just go basics. Like, this is how stupid and liberal our media is, right? We can go basics with it, and we can go, his son Hunter flew on Air Force 2 while he was vice president to China and Ukraine to do private business deals. Now, it is basic illegal to jump on an airplane that is taxpayer funded to do private business deals and to assist your family in doing private business deals. Even if it's just catching a ride, that's still illegal. Now, remember, and you know, I'm just saying the difference. If the Trump dudes farted wrong, there was 14 articles, you know, kill them, hang them. So the idea that we know we have and it's like, just start there. Just start with the fact that the one country he's threatening to not give money to is the one country that we're giving the most money to and in a war with, because basically the deal was, if you do what I say, you get money, and if you don't, you don't. And he said, go to freaking war, and here we are.
Oh, dude.
Anyway, man,
I
was frustrating shit.
I was on a Candace show the other night, and they were talking about Iran and the dude dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Candace was like, who do you think they should install in Iran, y'all? Who do you think they're going to send? Like, he was naming off a couple of, like, the older leaders that were there, and I was like, dog, they should put Zelensky in. And Candace was like, what are you talking about, Rudy Zelensky? I'm like, yeah, man, he can fleece billions for Iran from the United States, man. Fleece billions from us, dude. Because that dude gets what he wants, man. Who is some actor? And then if you really want to do a deep dive, look into the oligarch who pushed that dude, man. Look into the oligarch who pushed Zelensky to the forefront. Look at what they've been doing. Like, this is true corrupt. Now, do you think, like, because we all knew Clinton was corrupt, bro?
Yeah.
Clinton was corrupt. You know how you got to win in 2016? On that interview when she sat there and everybody, you know, 65 to 70% of the American populace, you know, the 25% Republicans and you know, it's 25 Republicans, 25 Democrats, and then you got the, you know, the 50 in between. When 60 to 65% of your population knows this is a crooked thief, check Haiti, the Clinton, you know, the uranium one deal that they let the Russian oligarchs buy all our uranium. Look at what she did in Libya. Look at what her husband did with NAFTA. Like, these are 100% anti-American. We hate everything. You know, we're going to burn this country down type.
We are still suffering from NAFTA.
Look at Bill Barr, who was in the Trump administration, was the U.S. attorney in Arkansas, while all that Barry Sealing and the CIA were flying all that coke into MENA. Bill Clinton, U.S. attorney, was Bill Barr. Governor was Bill Clinton. George W. Bush is running the operation. Look it up, people. And then you said that man said on national television at the debate, because you'd be in jail.
Yep.
And you got elected for that, whether you know it or not, because the 25% of the red wokes and were like, yes. But it's the 30 to 35% of the independent people in the country who were like, man, that bitch is a crook. She got to go. And you did nothing. So if he gets in there again, after these people tried to put him in jail for paying off a porn star when they all flew to fucking Jeffrey Epstein's island, and they're trying to put him in jail for banging an adult woman, paying her $130,000 for a dome. You know what I'm saying?
No, hey man, and that's not even the biggest. The biggest
ahead.
deal to me is that he's still, and this is what frustrates me, is that you're just not allowed to talk about it in polite conservative circles, but he still touts the vaccine. He still touts Operation Warp Speed as one of his greatest achievements in the history of man. Huge. And that bothers me, bro.
I'm with you, Mike. It bothers me, but I'm going to tell y'all what, man. I'm going to tell y'all that, it's one of the least things about him, because everybody knew in 2016, like, the dude was a germaphobe. He didn't want to shake hands. He was carrying, he didn't, he's scared of he's scared of that Western medical science, man. He knows things, man.
Well, and that's fair. I mean, we should all be a little scared of it, right? But
if he would reverse course on it, he'd really get an uproar.
Yeah.
But let's also not, like, dude, like I said, man, if he gets in, throws the Bidens in prison and takes their shit like they did to me for marijuana, then I'll be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Because his laws, the forfeiture stuff, his laws, you know what I'm saying? The crime bill, his laws, you know what I'm saying? That I felt victim to. Let's hold one of these. Can somebody be held accountable? Because Americans, they will lock your ass up for a warrant on a traffic ticket. And these fuckers release viruses, chemical warfare, force a poison into our bodies with the vaccine, whether you believe in it or not. It ain't natural. And they forced it into you, dude. And if you argued, you would lose your job. You're out. You're fucking out of here. Come on, man. When are we going to win, man?
I see Jack. Jack, I see you, by the way. Jack in the building. Pew, 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 pew. Shout out. He's the owner of Sweet Sweet Digital. I have something to say to that, but while I got him here and while I'm thinking about it, man, let me just show this, because I wanted to show my man. He's doing some graphic work. We're going to talk about it. When people do work for you and they do it for free because they believe in you and they know on the back end they'll get the love if you get the love, man. You want to show them as much love as you can. So bam and bam, and look at that, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? This is his work right there. He's an AI artist, basically, is a thing. And that is for our Sunday night show that I do, this Rumble on Rumble. So appreciate it, Jack. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I didn't know if you were trying to be the bioweapon. What did Jonah say?
The bioweapon was going to be pushed anyway. I think he means the vaccine. Warp speed was a benefit because the plan was to sit on that shit for longer than 9 months.
Hey, all I gotta say to Jonah is get out of Canada, dude. Come to the States, man. Come down here to the South, brother.
It's never been easier.
Get out of Canada, man.
Yes. Bob Jones in the chat. The Lord opts those who opt themselves. That's a good one. Yeah, no, but that was okay. So once again, I will always have most sane people are always going to have a problem with the way the vaccine was handled and rolled out and the lockdowns and all that shit. And, the fact that Trump still claims that as a win for him, when here's my problem is that when a dude like that gets back in power, he has no problem doing it again, Rudy.
Yeah,
And no one's putting the 2 and 2 together that if this man did this then, and he's touting it still as like a big badge of honor, what
yeah.
else is he willing to force upon us? And then 5 years later be like, it's huge and great when we
Hey,
know it was not.
I mean, he is bad on that vaccine, man. But I'm gonna tell you how you're really gonna tell. You're gonna love how you bro. If he puts Tulsi in as VP,
That would
he's
be awesome.
trying to make some real noise because they tried to shit all over her, and she went over there and went to war for us, man.
Yeah.
And she served in the military, dude. Like it or not, like I told you in the last pod, man, it was either military or crime for me. There was no in between. I grew up on war movies and gangster movies. And I told you when the military didn't happen, that righteous, like Tulsi walks a righteous path, man. Now, she's bad on guns, but I don't think she'll ever, with the as bad as
That's
shit's
that
got.
Hawaii in her. I know a little bit about Tulsi. I helped Tulsi get elected for her state when I lived in Hawaii for her state stuff. Also, my man Bob Jones is from Hawaii. He knows Tulsi, has talked to Tulsi, hung out with Tulsi as well. Very cool. Bob, if you got a Tulsi story, drop it in the chat, my brother. But yeah, no, I met Tulsi several times. I lived not too far away from her in Hawaii. So I 100% agree with you. And she has had such a hard time. And when she switched, or left the Democratic Party, man, they went after her so hard because Hawaii is such a Democratic op state. And, I'm proud of her. And yeah, if he chooses her, it will be a difference maker on the next level.
He's serious if he chooses her, dude. And then she's, like I said, there's things she's bad on as a human being, like her gun. But she's to the point now where she's trying to fight the good fights, dude. If he picks up Marco Rubio or Tim Scott, dude, we're doomed, dude.
Yeah.
We're doomed. We're absolutely doomed, man. Like those.
What's your thought, Vivek? I'm going to name some names, and I want your opinion on them for VP.
I like Vivek, man. He says good shit, but like, we'll see, man. Like, I think Vivek would be a cabinet member that you could just let him run wild. I believe he can clean up one of them dumbass departments for sure. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if he don't go in there day one and fire everybody at the head, lay off half the FBI leadership, he's done, dude. He's done. Like they did it too much, and like they're not going anywhere, man. And the problem, like you were saying earlier, you're like, Trump, half the country thinks the COVID shit was great. Half of them think that the vaccine, people really think the vaccines, it's called long COVID. You can see that dumb shit, Chris Cuomo, that paid fucking puppet, all over Twitter. Old Elon's pushing this dude all over Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Talking, well, have vaccine injuries. I got long COVID. Motherfucker, you got vaccine injured, dude.
Yeah.
Like, dude was in shape. Love him or hate him, dude was in good shape. For you to be all fucked up now in the shape you were in, bro, you got a vaccine injury, asshole. You ain't got long COVID, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Oh, tell the truth. You're rich. Doesn't matter to you, dude. You can buy up 5 acres in the top of a mountain and go live a quiet life with your family, dude, and live lavishly. Shut up and tell the truth for once, man, or get off of my timeline, dog.
I don't disagree. The only thing I'll say is understanding and dealing with narcissistic people who need to be in front of a camera. Not that I have any idea what that's like, but I will say, man, it doesn't matter. You can give them a stack and, stacks of money, the nicest cars, the nicest house, but they need that. That's why I know a lot of comics who are not great comics that make, they're lucky if they're making $1,000 a month on the road and their wife holds them down, but they need that stage. You know what I mean? And I think Cuomo is absolutely one of those people. He thinks of himself as a character and doesn't see himself for who he really is, because nobody with self-awareness could be that much of a clown, in my opinion. So, yeah.
He's a op. It's all op. Anyhow,
it is an op.
I just, like I said, I hope Donnie T gets in, and when in 2 years we get a good 2-year run to make some more money so I can make some different moves, and then call it a day, dude.
Dude, I got an acre for you. I want to build a house on an acre for you that's yours. Walled out however you want it, man. I just, we just want to make sure you're there.
2.5 now, brother, with a bass boat.
Damn it. You're always upstaging me.
But I'm out in the middle of nowhere, dude. There's no civilized. I'm 10 miles from town. I'm 40 miles from Elizabeth City. That's the closest Walmart. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Nice.
in the. It's farms. There's houses on the street and some farms, man. Like I'm out here, bro. And then there's water, all kinds of waterways, dude. All kinds of rivers. You know, it's all right, bro. It's all right. It's if I like it, bro. I like it. The only thing I wish I'd like to be in that high ground, dude. I like to get to the mountains, but I just need a 2 or 3 year 2 year run of a good economy, and I'll be in the fucking mountains, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, and to me that's the you know what I mean, the coin flip on it, right? So like if you're in a town like say Savannah, Georgia, and you've got a river that basically flows right into the United States,
Yeah,
that feeds right into the ocean.
the Geechee, dude, the Geechee River.
Yeah. So if you have that, if society falls, is it going to be more important to have access to those waterways or be in the mountains where you can't get got?
I'm gonna tell you like this, dude. So, I mean, we got the largest, most powerful army in the world, dude.
Right.
And they went into Afghanistan. And they raised hell, but you know they didn't fight that war to win it. Like if you these people are building drones like I heard this report the other day about the first F-16 AI versus you know the military's testing an AI F-16 versus human pilots. Like everything you've seen, like you've seen the Terminator, you've seen these movies, man. Like I just think that you know if something breaks out civilly, the population versus the government, they're going bro, they're gonna bust out them drones. They're gonna, you know, like I said, one of the Apaches nasty, but you know, if they don't fight it to kill everybody and they let insurgency happen in America, there's some good insurgency grounds. But I ain't no military expert. I just know, you know, get into high ground, dude.
Yeah.
You look into Vietnam, it's like read stories and looking back at Vietnam. The Kong had tunnel systems in the mountains that Americans were always trying to fight up a fucking hill. And they had way superior firepower, but it used to take them days to take a hill, dude.
Plus, you'd see them. Yeah, you'd see them coming.
But I'm not no genius military tactician, man. I know the bare minimum. Like I'm a good shot on how to clean, oil my guns, but I ain't no Sun Tzu, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not that guy. But I know
Well, you know,
something about the high ground, though, brother. There's something about the high ground.
speaking of that, my wife is actually from Mountain Home, Idaho, which is like right at the foothills and goes right into the Rockies from where she's at.
Right.
She was like, yeah, she's like, you know, she's like, there's people that live there. Like they don't pay rent, they don't own land, but it's the mountains. And who's going to come get them? And if anybody officially owned the land, that's a different story. But there's so much freaking land. You can just go up there and build a hut, find you a fresh water spring from the mountain, and nobody's going to bother you. She said she knew a guy that had sheep. He raised sheep. You know what I mean? And that's how he made his living, was raising these sheep in this shack on the mountain, and nobody bothered him. And I was like, that's interesting, man. That's a tempting life. You know, it's hard to argue. So,
yeah, I mean, but they've been fighting that fifth generational war for poison in the food alone, bro.
Yeah.
Look at poison in food. I saw a post the other day. I can't remember what account, but it had all the an American, like it'd be like Chick-fil-A sandwich, and it had the ingredient list, and it had it in Europe, the same sandwich from Chick-fil-A in Europe, and it showed how, like, dog, they've been getting us with the poison. I picked a kid up last night, man, a young dude. He's out there screaming on the phone. His mom's saying, go see the doctor. He's like, Mom, I don't want to take them pills no more. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. I'm out here strapping this dude's car in. He's screaming at his mom on the phone. He's got an 87 Ford 4x4, 250 with a cab on it. I'm like, so he's like, Mom, I got to get in a tow truck. Gets in the tow truck, man. I'm like, bro, what's the matter? He's like, them pills, man. They've had me on the pills since I was 5. I don't want to take them no more. And I was just thinking to myself, damn, dude, like they got us, dude. They're fighting that fifth generational war forever, bro. school shooters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're always on that shit. They're always on SSRIs.
The trans kid in Nashville, man, like they're mentally breaking us, man, medically breaking us. Western medicine, the petroleum-based medicine system. You know, they just started letting alternative medicine flow. We're the only country in the world that you can fucking advertise drugs on TV. The rest of the world, you can't do that. Come on, man.
That's true.
And the internet, Twitter, DARPA, divide. You know what I'm saying? We
I
ain't
hear
that
you.
far apart, man, as a society, man. But you got about, like I said, 30% that have lost their fucking mind. And the other 30% are losing their mind because the other side lost their fucking mind. Doing the same thing the other side did. And the fucking 60 of us in the middle, man, I don't know what the fuck we're going to do, bro. I don't know.
Creating, proving the horseshoe theory right now.
Yeah.
Couple quick, man. Now that we, because I want to get into it. By the way, first let's hit the chat and then we can get into it. Jonah's hitting us up. He says Hawaii is a SEE state where Satoru's mom met Lolo while waiting on the test tube baby to hatch. Fair enough. Jonah also, that's funny. His daddy was Mario Cuomo. What are you doing over here? My co-host on Thursday is up in the Carolina mountains on the reservation. Good place to be, man.
Go to my Twitter account, man. You can see that that TL cleanse I sent Jabari, because you know how Jabari Judah always puts those great TL cleanses, like you're scrolling through shit. Then Jabari will put some beautiful picture up there of nature. My stepson went to the Biltmore, the historic museum. I wasn't paying the money. Like they all got like a $25. They wanted to charge me $125. I said, y'all go on and go in there. I'll drop y'all off. I'm gonna ride up to the top of the mountain. And I found this pond, this river flowing through, and I bought my ride with me. So I was out there casting a little bit, trying to catch a smallmouth bass. And then I just saw that scenery. I was like, click that. I was like, Carolina mountains are dope, man.
Beautiful.
Dope. Listen, I drove 7 years in a tractor trailer, brother. I've been to 40 of the lower 48. I've been to 40 of them. You know what I'm saying? I've been to 42 if you count California and Arizona, because I traveled to those prior to driving the rig. So I've been to 42 of the lower 48, but I drove to 40 of the lower 48. The Rockies are beautiful. They are. They're beautiful scenery. The roads are cool, but it's all conifer trees. The forest estate, the greenery of the Appalachian Mountains from New Hampshire to Georgia, and just that whole topography of it is fucking awesome, dude. It's
gorgeous. I agree.
Drive a truck down Highway 40 between Tennessee and North Carolina and go through what truckers call the gully. The gully. And ride through that with a 53-foot trailer weighing 44,000 pounds and tell me if everything don't pucker up just a little bit. You know what I mean, dude?
I was going to ask you, did you ever do the Pontchartrain Bridge? That's famous for this part of the world. You know that it's like an hour-long bridge or 60-mile bridge across Lake Pontchartrain in Louisiana?
Yes. Yeah, Highway 10, Interstate 10.
Yeah.
Dude, fell in love. Now I want to go down there and go bass fishing, because like the whole way I'm riding down that road, just like, damn, this is a long ass bridge. And then I look down and there's a bass boat. Look over here, there's a bass boat. Get down another 10 miles, boom, there's a bass boat. I'm like, damn it, man. Dude, that's the most, that's what I do to relax, man.
Yeah.
Relax. I like to fish, dude. I like to go bass fishing, man. You have your good days, you have your bad days. You know what I'm saying? But you always have, this beats a good day of work any day of the week, man. It gets you right here, man. That's my shot. Now I just need to, I'm thinking about getting a kayak with my homeboy. We're talking about getting kayaks so we can get up into even smaller ponds and then get a little bit more exercise out of it. Because right now, flying down the river at 45 miles an hour, just just getting it, dude.
Just throwing beer cans out the. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I don't, the shit I drank in 2019, and then I had like one drink in 2020, and then I didn't drink until I had like one or two nights until HotepCon. Like I had maybe 4 experiences with alcohol since 2019, dude.
Wow.
But other thing can be a bitch from time to time, man.
Man, that's the shrooms are good, the herb is good. As Jonah just said here, shrooms to relax. They just kicked in hard when I called yesterday. See, the cool thing about Jonah is that you never know if he's on drugs or not. You just assume he always is on some kind of drugs. So, and speaking of drugs, he says you can advertise drugs with Jacinda Adrian's dick. Rock on. Okay. Yeah, man. So but getting into it, man, we've been around to it, man. When you originally went in there, I want to get some of your opinions and thoughts on being inside, being locked up, because you were. And it's important that people understand and get a good perspective of what that really is in America right now and how it may be broken or whatever. I don't know if you got to even look into or see any of this new Netflix documentary called, I think it's called Opened. And they do the thing where they do in like other prisons in the world where they basically let the inmates run the prison.
Right.
And they don't even let the guards, the guards can watch via camera, but the guards don't even go in to do anything unless it's like, somebody's going to die or the, pipes are backed up or some stuff. So, man, what do you think about what was your experience with that, man? And what are they doing wrong? Are they doing anything right? That kind of thing. By the way, Jonah says I'm never on drugs, just cocaine, but that ain't drugs.
So the thing about the system is, dude, let's just start at the base level. The courts, right, in New York, and the shit that's going on with the no bail. You have the right that wants to fucking, you're not getting out, no bail, nothing. You got to pay us $10,000, da 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 da. You got the left who's like, nobody should have to pay anything at all, da 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 da. You got the libertarians are like, yo, Constitution says innocent until proven guilty. But you're not picking up any nuance out of that situation anymore. Okay?
Yeah.
Should I have been, because I got denied bail. They wouldn't let me out on bail. In Virginia, they wouldn't let me out on bail. And then I flew all over, and I told the judge, I'm like, bro, I drove all the way across the country to Missouri to turn myself in. Fighting a court case. What are you talking about? This is my home fucking town. Let me get out and get a bond. Nope. Because I wouldn't work with the fucking cops. They wouldn't turn anybody in. My lawyer, like, third time he met me, he's like, dude, don't just give names to people you don't like. I'm like, dog, I'm not doing that, man. I'm not doing it. Because I knew, like, it was weed, dude. It was weed. I'm like, I'm going to get burnt. I figured I'd get, like, 5 years, dude. I was like, I'm going to do 5 years on this, man. I could have ate that, man. They already confiscated everything. The lawyer fees were through the fucking roof. So I'm like, I'll do 5. But when they threw fucking 20, suspend 13, $25,000 fucking fine. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Too much.
The guidelines, they weren't even, they were like 5 years and 8. 94 crime bill guidelines. I should have only done 5 years and 9 months. I would have walked in 5 years. But they now they've let everybody out. There should be you go in, you do some violent shit, man. You shoot somebody, rape somebody, arm rob a store, and I'm not knocking the hustle of the arm robbing the store. I'm not. I'm just saying, you arm rob a store, kidnapping, the violent shit that's going on in New York and all over the country because of these fucking stupid ass laws. The violent shit, you need to be in Rikers Island. But when you get knocked off with a bag, you got a bundle of crack, you selling some weed, come on, bro. You should wait until your trial to go to jail for nonviolent shit. But
right.
The extremes, the right, the Republican, lock them all up, make them pay all this money because it's a fucking industry of bond. Alex Stein used to do it. Used to be a bondsman. There's plenty of fucking money in this shit. And then the left was like, everybody walks. I mean, it's stupid, dude. Meet in the middle, man. The violent people, you gotta go, dude. You gotta lay it down to your trial. The nonviolent people. What are you talking about? No bond, dude. No bond. Never had a violent. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So then you get in there, and I don't know. There's no real education. Like besides the GED program, there's no real education in there, man. Like we had a woodshop class. Now there was kids in there and people in there that had dough on the street, and you could pay for college classes. So there was quite a few dudes in there, but you had to pay for that yourself. You're not getting that through the you know what I'm
So
saying?
even in prison, money makes life better and easier.
Yeah. I'm not even like, listen, my whole time was easy because I didn't turn on my people, and all I had to do was call my people and be like, yo, I need some money, man. And it was there within 2 days, dude. I need $150, man. I need $300 for a TV. I never got less than $150, $200 a month. And that's a lot of money in there, man.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, because all I'm doing is buying food. I'm not and wearing, that part of that was nothing for me, man. Because but there's people in there that have it tough, and no, there were some cool cats, some
I
cool.
bet your commissary was awesome, bro.
Yeah, there's
You know what I'm saying?
Corey Brickhouse was from Norfolk, Virginia. Went to my high school, graduated my freshman year. He's up in there. Dude ain't have nothing. Cool as shit, dude. So when Brick would come around, like he worked, he was a barber, he did his thing, he has a little hustle, but every now and then, like shit would come around, like the Christmas package, he couldn't get a Christmas package. And you get some exotic shit on it. You know what I'm saying? So he went to the same high school as me. He'd come around, I'd be like, yo, Brick, here, have this, and throw him something off of that. He'd be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like some people ain't, they got to hustle for it in there, but some people got it, and people who really got it can pay for college. I didn't have people that were going to pay for my college, but for commissary and clothes, I never had an issue, bro.
Hell yeah.
I never had an issue. You know what I'm saying?
So which place was worse? Because you were in Missouri and you were in North Carolina, correct?
No, I was in Virginia.
Virginia. Okay.
So I'm going to tell you what, if you listen to Strong Dad and you listen to Goldstein talk about their experiences with the races and stuff like that, yeah, that's what Missouri, like, I know they're telling the truth because I was in Missouri, and I'm going to tell you a story about Missouri, all right? So I get to Missouri, and, like, this is Missouri in the 90s, and, like, these motherfuckers are rednecks. The meth is running wild, and the white people out there are fucking rednecks and maniacs. And then, the brothers out there, like, you had, like, KC mobbed up and St. Louis mobbed up. And there was a lot of Bloods and Crips, so that shit was just divided up real weird. Like, so I show up there from Virginia, and the first couple of days I'm, in a 2-man cell for like 30 days. I get in, and then once they find out you're a low level, they send you over to these tents, and you live in these big dorms where you can walk the yard. A tent, it was probably about 300, 400 people in these 4 or 5 tents now, not built. But once they find you're low level, they send you to the tents.
Right.
Some of the tent workers could work the kitchen. So now everybody's mingled. For the first 30 days, you're in a 2-man cell, 24-hour, 23-1. You get out an hour, and for rec, you do 23 in there, and then you go your 3 meals, right? Nah, Jonah, he was in Illinois. He was in Marion, Illinois, Jonah. So then you get you know what I'm saying? You get over to the tents. Now people are mixed, right? Blood, whites, blacks. So I'm quiet as hell, man. But, one day I'm sitting down, like 2 weeks, I just, head nod. I didn't really talk to anybody. So I get to rapping with this one dude, this black kid from St. Louis, bro. Hank was cool as shit, dude. And he's all I really kicked it with. So there's this dude there, man. He's probably like 6'4", like 200 25 pounds, fucking lightning bolts on his fucking neck, fucking tatted up, swastika, fucking like, and he was running a gang of peckerwoods.
Yeah, with the woods, yeah.
So I would walk with Hank, and with Hank, every now and then some other St. Louis cats would come up, and I'd be sitting there with. So dude started calling me a wigger. He's like, look at a stupid wigger. Look at a stupid wigger. Look at a stupid wigger. So the dude Hank looked at me one day and was like, yo, you better check that shit, man, or you're gonna have a long fucking time in prison, brother. And I'm like, bro, he's like, dude, you better check that shit. People are watching. So the next time I come in from canteen one day and he said that shit, I'll take your shit, wigger, da da da. Dude, I just dropped my bag and hit that motherfucker as hard as I could. Let me tell you, man, that dude ate that shit like whoop, and snapped right back.
You know it's gonna be a long day. You know it's gonna be a long day.
Ate it like he ate a real good right hand from me. Oh fuck, dude. Next thing you know, dude, like, yeah, he fucked me up, dude. Dude has some skill. He kicked the shit out of me, dude. Dude, he kicked my ass, and they took me to the hole and not him.
Well, yeah. Well,
Dustin,
sure.
I'm from Virginia. They're like, get this kid out of here. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up getting shipped up to. Actually, no, he was on a re-entry program, so he had worked like after a 10-year bit. Fucking, they send him there to the tents while they get all the paperwork, and they ship him home. So
Right.
he got out. He got out like maybe 18, 19 days later, and they let me out the hole. But ever since then, like, no one ever fucked with me again. No one ever fucked, you know what I'm saying? And then actually, when they shipped him, there's a couple dudes that were in his little clique. They're, turned out to be decent dudes, you know what I'm saying? They're just, I didn't know, dude. I didn't know Missouri. Because in VA, dude, my time in VA has a white and black aspect to it. But VA also has a territorial aspect to it. It's Norfolk. It's Tidewater. It's Portsmouth. And then it's Richmond. Those are the two biggest cities. And then you have your Northern Virginia, Alexandria, and you have your riffraff from up there, Petersburg. You have your riffraff. What I'm talking about, it's Richmond and the surrounding areas versus Tidewater. And that's where the problems come from. Like, you catch some scragglers out of Northern Virginia from like Baltimore and Maryland, because the tri-state area, right? But in VA, dude, the white and black shit, there's a little bit of tension there, but not like it was out west. In North, like, dude, all right, I'm in Southampton Correctional Center. I'm gonna give you a good story. Dude.
All right.
So I'm in Southampton Correctional Center. My homeboy's in there, right? A kid I grew up with. He's like, hey man, don't load. I had some CDs, man. This other dude from Portsmouth named BK, cool as shit. He's like, yo, let me borrow that Mobb Deep CD. Boom, I give him the Mobb Deep CD. He rocks for it a couple days. He comes back out to the rec yard. He's like, here, man, I appreciate that. So I wrap it up in a t-shirt. My other homeboy was like, man, you better not play basketball today, because he didn't want to play ball, dude. He just didn't want to play ball, man. He's a lazy fuck. And I'm like, dog, I'm playing ball today. And he's like, you got to hold that, man. I'm like, dog, this thing ain't, we're good. So I laid it down with my hat on top of it. We played a couple games of basketball. And the whole time I'm keeping my eye on it, right? You know what I'm saying? We're looking over there. So then after we play a few games, we go over there, the shirt's done, someone done snatched the CD, right? I'm like, fuck. And he's like, I told you so. Like, he's in my ear, because this dude had already been, when I showed up, he had already been down like 5-6 years. And then I showed up. He was happy as shit to see someone from the hood. You know what I'm saying? I was like, Joe, so I'm like, Joe, calm down, dude. So, dude, I'm telling you, they locked me down that count. And fucking that count. We're sitting there. I'm sitting at the door. You know what I'm saying? The hallmen are cleaning up. Everybody's kind of moving in, locking up. The hallman was a black dude from Richmond named Nunu. Nunu walked by the cell, and he was singing Quiet Storm by Mobb Deep. I was like, Nunu! He came back, what's up, Russo? I was like, yo, what are you listening to? He's like, it's that Mobb Deep murder music. I said, man, where'd you get that CD at? And he's like, I just bought it, man. And I was like, where I was before that at St. Bride's, they engrave your name and number in the CDs. So I said, Nunu, man, let me see that CD real quick. I popped the CD, showed him my name and number. I was like, who'd you buy this from? And he was like, damn, dog. And he's like, this is yours, ain't it? And it was the store, man, so I know he didn't steal it. I'm like, yeah, man, it's mine, man. And I'm like, who'd you get that from? He's like, dog, I'll give you CD back, man. I'm like, Nunu, who'd you get it from? And he's like, no, I'm gonna give you CD back. I'm like, Nunu, come on, man. Who'd you get that CD from? And he's like, fuck it, I don't know that dude like that. I got it from Herman. Man, and the dude Herman, dude, I slept up here in 216. He slept down here in 144, like I could kind of see into a cell, man.
Damn.
But got real quiet. Got real quiet after count, right? When I hit that gate, I said, yo, Herman in 144. He hit the gate. I said, motherfucker, when these gates swing, you swing, knuckle up. And then, like, it's quiet. And then people start hitting the gate, like, who the fuck snatch? Don't snatch. And there was a dude from New York that used to call me, you fat Italian motherfucker. And I'd be like, you black meatball motherfucker. Dude named Tony Bass, man, from New York City. He said, I know that voice. You stupid Dago T-Trot driving motherfucker. You better not be snatching ass. I said, man, when the gates swing, you swing, motherfucker. Watch. Dog, pop that gate, man. I ran down that tier. Ran down them stairs. That dude walked out of there like I won't. Dude, I knocked that mother. Dude, I hit him so fucking hard. He bounced off the wall, fell to the fucking ground. His cellmate grabbed him, dragged him in. They ran it through a coat on me, and we dipped out of the building, dude.
Nice.
I fucking cleaned his clock, bro. But he was blood. He was a blood, man. He was a blood.
Oh.
So I get to the yard, and now I know the kid, Aaron, Big Aaron, that's running the Bloods at Southampton is from East Ocean View. Like, we grew up in the same neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Didn't know him. He was young. I didn't know him, but I'm from East Ocean View. So I get out there, and my boy Joe he's from Ocean View, right? He's a white dude from Ocean View, fucking a little Mike Tyson motherfucker, a tank.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? There's this dude named Vinny that's with us. You know what I'm saying? A dude named Paul, a black dude named Paul. Like about 4 or 5 kids from Ocean View, Bayview, and Norfolk, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So we're just kicking it, man. And I'm like, dog, I just knocked Herman the fuck out, dude. And he's like, oh, man, what'd you do that? I'm like, dog, he took the CD. I was like, I got the CD back. And they were like, he's a blood though, man. And I was like, look, man. So we were out on the yard waiting. They switched out rec. Here they come, right? About 20 deep. Big Aaron hit the lead, and Herman's like pointing to him. That motherfucker looked at Herman. He's like, you talking about that one right there? You talking about Russo? He's like, yeah, man, you knocked me the fuck out, man. I ain't even do it. I ain't even take your shit. Aaron said, that motherfucker's from East Ocean View, Norfolk. Shoot him the fair one. And I was like, what's up, dog? Like, dude, the jumping was out. He's like, shoot him the fair one. I was like, what you want to do, dog? What you want to do? And he was like, oh, hey, take your shit, man. I'm like, put him up. So I'm standing there. I'm like, put him up. They're all standing there. He's like, no, man, I don't even squat. I ain't take your shit. He's like, I ain't take it. And I'm like, dog, you took my shit, man. You took my shit. He's like, no, but look, no, I just want to be cool, man. So I'm not shaking your hand, bro. I'm not shaking your hand. You took my shit. So, you know, that was it. Like, Norfolk reigned over the race thing. Norfolk reigned over the gang thing, even, because that's how just Virginia is just
set up.
You're repping your area, bro. And then there's inner squabbles between like Norfolk and Portsmouth, the Newport News, the people in the 7 cities. But when it comes to 7 cities versus the rest of Virginia, we're good, dude. 7 cities are good, dude.
Rolling deep. So, okay, what sucked more, Missouri or Virginia, as far as facilities, the legal system, all of that stuff?
You know, Missouri's a red state, and it was way more fair, right? They seen it was marijuana. It was a lot of marijuana, but they ended up like, yeah, they fucked some shit up there, over policed it, like they're pulling me over with for speeding in a truck with a governor. They over policed it. But when the actual legal system, you know, them lawyers and shit, and the way they had the jury picked out, like, the legal system was like, man, we could get fucked. We're like, we overstepped our bounds, but like, he still had 400 pounds of weed. He's not going away with nothing. But they played fair as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they did some foul shit to get to that point.
Right.
But they didn't. They could have ran like Virginia. I got knocked off with 10 and got fucking smacked. You know what I'm saying? Missouri, got caught with 400. You know, even though the situation to get to the 400 was foul as shit, but I walked in like 18 and a half months.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On parole, so it was day for day. Dude, I just have the suspended time. It's not even years. It's like June 27th, bro. And it'll be 20 years to the day, June 27th, that I got arrested.
Wow.
You know what? 20 years. 20 years to the day, dude.
Well, and I think it's important that people see, man, you have a beautiful life. You got a bass boat. You have land. You have a home. And I think it's important that people see that and know what you can have if you do it right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's an important lesson that people need to learn. That you know, one of the reasons I have you on here, bro.
Yeah. Listen, bro. Like I got out and did what I had to do, man, to get ahead, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
we covered that.
Got out and just worked hard from day one. Look, dude, no. From 2010 when I walked until 2013, I was playing. I told you I was playing ball, dog. And I got up enough money. I was like, man, look, I got to get out of here because I realized it. But I did what I had to do to get that head start. And I can see how so many people trip up, bro. I can honestly see how people trip up, man. Because you get out with nothing, bro. And then, like, you get no more government. You can't get Section 8 housing. You can't get any help, man. No food stamps, no nothing, dude. Just get a fucking job. Then you get the shittiest of shit jobs. You know what I'm saying? Hanging drywall. The first year I had to hang fucking drywall, man. And like I liked metal framing. Like we used to do the heavy gauge metal framing at Ocean Construction, dude. And I loved it. I loved interior framing. I loved exterior framing. I could frame all day long. But when it came time to hang the drywall, I fucking couldn't stand that shit, dude. I can't stand it, dude. I just don't like to do it, man. It's dirty. It's nasty. It's messy. You know, it's just a fucking...
That shit stays in your clothes forever. Yeah, it's like insulation. I hate insulation.
There's money in it. There's money in it. And I understand do it. I just personally didn't like doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm doing things on the side because I don't want to do that, man. I want to do something different, man.
Yeah, that's, you know, and I think it's important. You know, we are no game haters. We are no player haters here. And if you got to play the game to get where you're going, just play smart. Have that end goal in mind, not to be John Gotti, but to get out, which can cost you more than fucking rising to the top a lot of the time. Anyway,
it's like it's their game, dude. It's called a drug war. What is war? What do we always talk about? The military-industrial complex, the war machine, war's a racket, war's money. Well, the drug war's the same fucking thing, dude.
Absolutely.
And because the 12,000, the largest corporation in America, the U.S. government, most employees, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They
absolutely agreed.
Money, man. So they get to sell the drugs. They get to do what they want to do. But step out of line, citizen. Step out of line, citizen. Go to jail. Go to jail. And
sell a drug.
And there's some motherfuckers in there that belong in there, bro.
That's true.
There's some motherfuckers. Take it how you want, people. Be offended if you want, but there's some motherfuckers in there that belong in there, dude. I've seen it. I've seen these people, man. I was living next to them side by side. There's some motherfuckers in there that belong in there. There's there's plenty that didn't, dude. There's plenty that did so much time and were so laid back and a totally different perspective on life, and they never got let go, dude. And there's some of them in there that fucking what they did and the way they act still to this day, you belong in that motherfucker, dog. The society doesn't need you in it, dude. In my opinion, as an inmate, when they got you dead to right, and I don't want to hear this Tim Pool, well, the state lies to me so much. Yeah, the state lies to you, but when they got video fucking evidence or something, you red-handed of walking up and murdering somebody for no fucking reason, bro, there's a chair for that. There's a chair for that. Sorry, man.
That's fair. So, but
Sorry.
okay, so I got a question for you, man. Okay, so there are some folks out there that recommend that like we need to run things more like a prison in society, and that people aren't able to be trustworthy or as functional if they haven't been to prison. We've both heard this. We've all heard this. I disagree. You know what I mean? I disagree. Like I told you before, man, there's a lot of ways I would be in prison right now if I wasn't lucky or smart enough to slick out of some stuff. But at the end of the day, man, I think that the lessons you learn are valuable, but it's like you went there so I don't have to.
Right.
You know what I mean? You fought that war as a vet, and that's why we respect and revere our vets, because you put your life on the line. You're going to come back and you're going to go, look, you don't want to do this shit because this is how it ends up. Yeah. So the best thing to do to avoid that is A, B, and C, because there's nothing for you on the other side but more of the shit. And as you kind of explained, man, it was only with your mental hustle and your real grind that you got out of it. But that's, I just feel like, man, if we can, keep, except for the crazies, except for the people that are like, I like to kill people and I like to hurt people, and it's like, yeah, those people need to go. Yeah. But a guy like you, man, we need to learn. You know what I'm saying? But what do you think about incorporating more prison-like tactics into everyday life and society, man?
The biggest lie, you know what I'm saying? The biggest lie you're ever told is the Western town was the Wild West, Wild Bill Hickok. Dude, that was a society. Like, yeah, they had their flare-ups. They had whiskey and brothels, of course. Of course people shot each other in whiskey and brothels. You know, I'm talking about the town folk walking around were all strapped. You know what I'm saying? And the cowboys that might shoot each other over a card game in a saloon ain't walking down the street just blowing the fucking brains out of the fucking store clerk because the store clerk's got a goddamn gun ready to rock. So armed society is a politer society. Now in prison, you got to understand, man. You got to the lower level prisons that I was in, dudes were short timers. Dudes were getting ready to go home. Dudes talked a lot. Dudes flouted the rules because it didn't matter. They knew they were getting ready to leave. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't go too hard to the point where they run you up the road. But, dudes do this. Now, I started off in a place like that. And I left because I couldn't take it. I couldn't take that dormitory. I had too much time to do. I'm not sleeping in a fucking dorm. So I bucked. I fucking wouldn't stand up for count. They gave me a inciting. It's like 8 of us that were just sick of it, dude. So we did it at the same time. So they gave us inciting a riot, even though all we didn't do was stand for count. And I slid my chair. I slid my chair through the thing and started packing my bag because it was all about a standing count, dude. They had took the TV away. They had shut the phones off because someone cracked the back of a phone, arguing with his girl, banged it on the wall. They couldn't tell who it was on the video. They were, oh, we're not giving you your phones back. They had one microwave. They took that. There's 140. There's 70 bunk beds, 140 dudes. There's like 120 dudes in there. And I was like, dog, I'm looking around. And like, these dudes have a year, 18 months, 9 months, 10 months. Like, nobody there has, there's 1 or 2 dudes like me that had like 5 or 6 years to go, right? Everybody else is they're short timers, man. So I was like, dude, I'm not. I got to talking to the couple other dudes. I'm like, dude, no, I can't do this no more. And they're like, man, fuck it. We walked around and tried to get everybody to stand down for count. Like, sit down, nobody get up when they say stand and count. So them guards walked in there. And they're like, stand and count, stand and count. Everybody was sitting on their bunk saying, not till you turn the phones back and give us the microwave, da-da-da-da. They're like, stand and count, get on your feet. So they left. The 2 guards left because nobody stood up. They go get the building sergeant. Yeah. The building sergeant comes back in and says, stand and count, get on your feet, man. You're not going to like the outcome of this. We're going to lock you the fuck down. Da, da, da. Nobody, like, Nobody gets up. He goes and gets the building lieutenant. Now the building lieutenant comes in and is like, I will make your fucking life hell. Like, now, boom. All right. So now, like, half the people stand up because they're like, we're not getting. Now they're like yelling at us like, we're not getting anywhere, motherfuckers. Come on, man. We tried, man. I'm like, nah, I'm not getting up. So they go out and get the fucking major, and the major comes in there, and he's like, I'm telling you, I'm putting cases on all you son of blah, 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 blah. All right. And he's like, stand and count, and I'm going to give you one chance. So he's walking around. There's like 9 of them in that bitch. They're walking up to every bunk bed. And like dudes are standing up. Some of them are already standing up. They're getting to the bunk bed like, what you want to do here, man? You want a miserable life or you want to stand up? And dudes are starting to stand up. They get to me, they're like, what are you going to do, LaRusso? I'm like, I'm not doing this shit, man. And I was like, a matter of fact, I slid my fucking chair out, grabbed my laundry bag, popped my lock, and started packing my fucking bag. I was like, I'm never doing anything you tell me again. You got to get me off this camp. And they're like, oh, sit tight. So they get 8, was either 8 or 9, man. Oh, no, because the other dude came from the other building because he was, this other dude, man, he was mad as fuck at us. This dude named PA. And they kicked him out because he was fucking one of the guards, and they knew it. They just couldn't catch him, right?
Gangster.
Everybody knew him and her. Like, he knew her from the street, dude. This is Newport. This is a jail in Chesapeake, Virginia, dude. Everybody, dude, it was fucking nuts, dude. It was nuts. So they send him over. He's sitting there like, what the fuck did y'all do? Da, da, da. Man, God damn it, man. I knew they'd been trying to get me off of here. Because this dude's getting ass in prison. He's happy.
Yeah, why would he leave?
So,
because if you're getting the ass, you're also getting the extra meal. You know what I'm saying? You're getting all the extra little love from the guards.
Watch them kitchen workers, dude. They're always up to no good. But so they shipped 4 of us to Southampton and 4 of us to Greenville, higher level joints, 2-man cells. I'm telling you, I slept great every night in my 2-man cell. Because at the end of the night, you hear that clank, clank. That motherfucker ain't opening until the next morning. You know what I'm saying? If you got
your celly was cool.
Yeah, man. Me and my celly were good as me. He kept everything clean. I kept everything clean. He had a TV. I had a TV. 1 or 2 times we argued about some dumb shit, but nothing. It's always about cooking or something. Like, man, he like worked in the kitchen, so he'd steal a couple, like an onion and a couple green peppers, and be like, "Come on, man, you said you," because dude had money from his job in the prison. He'd get like $72 a month, but that ain't hygiene, coffee, da da da. Like,
yeah,
he was comfortable, but he'd get to points in the month where he's out of everything, and like, I still got some shit in my box. I got plenty of shit in my box. And, I sure loved the dude. He was all right, man. His nickname was Dirty Rice, Jeffrey Twyford. Rice was his nickname. So when he I'd come in like, yo, man, steal some shit tonight, man. I'll cook up. I'll throw the soups and the shit down, and we cook up. And he'd come back and be like, man, you told me that we were going to cook. I'd be like, I just don't fucking feel like it right now, dog. Simple shit like that. Otherwise, nah, man. I didn't have to worry about getting stabbed in the middle of the night or anything like that, man. So,
hell yeah, bro.
Slept great, dog. I slept great.
So, by the way, I want to take a quick pause because I'm excited. I pulled this up to talk about. Let's see here. I need to share this. Let's see. Stream. We're gonna stop that screen. We're gonna share. Bam. Where the Las Vegas Raiders landed in recent NFL offense rankings.
Man, who wrote the article, dude?
This article was written by Mike. It looks like Moritas.
Yeah, what site? What site though, Mike? What site?
Oh, this is Sporting News. Sporting News.
Listen, dude, the national media, the national sporting media hates they've always hated the Raiders. Al Davis sued that NFL way too many times and moved his team whenever the hell he wanted to. They don't like that dude. They've beaten us on calls. They beat us with the fucking tuck through with Tom Brady. That motherfucker fumbled that football. They know it. I know it. Raider Nation knows it. America knows it. Tom Brady knows it. Said it in an interview with Charles Woodson. So anything the national media writes about the Raiders, I don't pay attention to.
That's fair. That's fair. I will say they were talking about the quarterback thing, and this, to agree with you, is a little offensive, man. And that is that they're like, I mean, look how good Gardner Minshew was. Now, I don't know if you can read this, but it says the Las Vegas Raiders didn't wind up getting their quarterback of the future in 2024. What the hell is Gardner Minshew? He damn near took a kneecap team to the Super Bowl, and he was a quote unquote nobody. How much more do you want out of him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think Gardner Minshew is going to start, bro.
You think it's going to be
O'Connell?
AOC?
Oh,
Sorry.
no. Hey, I don't call him AOC. I call him AO4, dude. AO is Aiden O'Connell. Well, now it's AO12.
Right. That's fair.
Kid was a 4th round pick, right? 4th round pick. Doesn't get any reps, right? His first start, he doesn't get any first team reps. He's on he's the 3rd string quarterback. He's not getting any snaps in practice. He's on the sidelines. He's doing his thing. He gets some pressure from upstairs when Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt. They put him in. He looks like shit. Josh McDaniels like, I told you. Josh McDaniels is one of the most arrogant motherfuckers on the planet Earth. They play Brian Hoyer. The next week they put him in the 4th quarter, and we had scored all day. He just, even though it's garbage time, you see some things. You're like, all right. Then they go to Detroit. Garoppolo gets blown. Boom. They bring in AP. They get rid of McDaniels. Yeah. He goes right to, hey, I'm starting a fucking kid. Now here's a kid that has a training camp, has a couple preseason under his belt, right? But has no work with the first team offense. 3rd string fucking quarterback. And the new coach is like, yo, it's me and you, bro. We're gonna rock out. Let's see what we got. And he went 4-5. It is what it is. He went 4-5. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't, it ain't Bryce Young, Alabama superstar, North Carolina 1-13, motherfucker. Like, the dude went 5-4. He has some good games. He has some bad. Listen, I'm like, I know what Gardner Minshew is, dude. I'm not hating on Gardner Minshew. We could win a couple games with Gardner Minshew. But let's see what the kid's got, man, because you never know, man. Number one, Tom Brady went in the, 6th round?
Do you think Gardner Minshew would be Brock Purdy or Gardner Minshew, basically? Do you think Gardner, if Gardner had that level of talent around him?
Brock Purdy.
Still. All right.
Yeah. Gardner Minshew is a gunslinger, bro. He's listen, he's slick. He's a gun, but like, he's short. He doesn't really have a great deep ball. He's accurate on the short to intermediate shit, but he takes chances. But that's Gardner. That's why it's called Minshew Mania. He might go out and throw for 315 and 4 touchdowns, and he might go out there and throw for 140 and 4 picks. We know it. We know what his record is. Like, Jacksonville wasn't a bad team. Like, they weren't a good team. I don't know, dog. That Indy team even that team, dude, he only was like 12 touchdowns and 7 picks or something like that, or 15 and 9. But
look at who he had around him. I mean, darn near not anyone. I don't want to make it sound like that, but when you put the level of talent that the 49ers have around any QB, that QB is going to look good as long as they are as long as they are a B level guy.
Trey Lance didn't look good, Mike.
Yeah, but I don't think he was a B level guy. Okay, but moving on to that, because it's more important I get your Raiders info.
Right.
Bam. Now this part, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna try to let me just increase the screen size. Boom. What I don't like is what they said, as the rest of the offense is concerned, the jury is still out on the running backs room. Zamir White has a very limited sample size, and Alexander Mattison is coming off a disappointing season. Okay, we'll move on. But what I didn't like about that was, if you follow the Raiders, you completely understand that they were really trying to work stuff out with Jacobs.
Yeah.
So they were giving him goal line touches. They were designing plays literally around him. As you know, Madison was used a lot more in the beginning of the year, and then they pulled back, and Homeboy had some amazing runs. And Jacobs is now no longer on the team. And Madison did some great stuff. And I really feel like Madison is that plug and play back compared now, Jacobs I think is a little more mobile, where Madison is a little more bruisery. But I think overall you can kind of plug and play the same way you did Ezekiel Elliott and oh gosh, I'm gonna get beat up for not remembering the Dallas guy's name. Yeah, Tony Pollard. Very similar in that you can run a very similar offense with those two guys. And you know what I mean? It can be similar. So I expect Madison, my prediction, he will finish top 10 in the NFL in running backs this year coming up.
Nope. I'm tell you right now. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now about the Jacobs shit. Okay, I love Josh Jacobs.
He's a badass. I loved him too.
Right, but last year, okay, I mean they fucked him. They should have 5th-year optioned him, and then they could have franchised him this year. They fucked him because McDaniels tried to fuck everybody. But listen, so the kid was played on the franchise last year, got $12 million. He went out in week 13. He was done for the year. He couldn't play anymore. Zeus got the ball and proceeded to dominate the next 4 fucking games, dude. That dude is a freak of nature. When you see him, the way he's, man, dude's a power machine. And those last 4 games, they're like, oh, this fucking kid can run. Now, what that did is when it came time to sign Josh, he wanted that $12 to $13 million a year that Green Bay gave him. I don't think Vegas was anything more than like, I think they offered him like, I don't know, because they've never released the details. He's flirted about it on Twitter. The Raiders have flirted about it. I think they offered him like $6 to $7 million on like a 3-year deal, because they knew that the one they know this other one can go now. He's not even going to, Josh isn't even going to get the kid. Like, he's going to start, but this other kid's going to be rotated. You don't have to be the bell cow anymore. And I think they offered him that kind of money, but he knew what's best for Josh is to go get the $12 million a year for Green Bay. I totally respect that.
Yeah.
I totally respect that. You know what I'm saying? But the kid made that happen with how well he played the last 5 weeks of the season.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, this fucking kid can ball. He's been sitting behind Josh for 2 years now. And this kid can ball. Josh bought him up well, dude. Madison's gonna spell him. As long as this kid stays healthy, Mike, I give him. If he stays healthy and runs like he ran last year, I give him 1475 and like eight touchdowns. Because the line they got better in the draft on the line. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
They did get better, and they're saying the defense is going to be the best part of the team.
Oh, dude, that defense is going to be sick.
Mean.
I can't wait, dude. I can't wait.
And then, long story short, man, you have Jacoby and Tay, 2 of the best in the NFL. Then you have a really strong tight end catching core. You have a good tight end catching core. So with that defense, because we know defense wins championships, I'm expecting them to go at least second round in the playoffs, if not all the way to the championship. That's what I'm calling.
No, I'm going to tell you like this. And I want any NFL fan that might be watching, because I can't get rid of that one, dude. It's the one bread and circus thing I just can't let go of, dude. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch everything, man. NBA, MLB. I've been to games, basketball games. Though I sat front row to see in Allen Iverson play the Wizards, because that kid grew up where I grew up.
Nice.
Here in Philly, they played the Wizards, and I believe Mike was on the Wizards still at that time. And it was AI and Mike. I don't know. Yeah. Dude, it was AI front row though, dude.
Nice.
$1,200 for the ticket, dude. It was fantastic.
Woo!
5-7 star, 757 fans. It was great, dude. It was great. I seen Patrick Ewing's retirement in Madison Square Garden. Dog.
See, that's beautiful. Well, and man, to speak to the bread and circus on that, I completely understand, and I don't necessarily disagree.
Right.
But I know a lot of dudes that are they're going to be like, oh, bread and circus when you're watching football, man. And then they run to their Grand Theft Auto game and spend 6 hours a night, every night on a video game with 3 of their buddies.
Everybody's got to have a healthy amount of some kind of side. If you sit there all day, every day thinking about the origins of the universe and what the hell is going to happen next and this politician and that politician. You don't have something every now and then to make yourself just be like, duh. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Hey, man, you know me. My favorite sport by far is MMA. Not a close second in the world. I would take UFC fights over anything else. My favorite thing to do on my birthday the last 2 years. You can ask my wife. I'm like, I want to be left alone. I want to be able to turn off my phone. I'm going to put on some UFC fights throughout the years, and I want 20 chicken wings. I'm just going to pig out on some chicken wings, smoke out, and watch UFC. And yeah, man, it's two dudes beating each other in their underwear. I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make it more than it is. But it is also a high level of skill. It's badass to me, and it's pure. There's nothing I know these dudes, right? These dudes don't cheat. They spend too much time and effort to try to go in there and get killed to fuck around. So, yeah, man, it's something I can do. I don't care about, you know what I mean? As far as it's not Trump or Biden or whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah, something. Hey, look. And it's not, that shit is an art form, dude.
Absolutely. Martial arts. Yeah.
Oh, martial arts for a reason, dude. Them dudes are so mechanical. And the thing about it is, man, they're Rudy taking shots. I ain't taking shots at you, dog. Come on, Jonah, get out of Canada, man.
Come on, man. Come with us, man. We'll watch a baseball game. We'll have a hot dog. We'll watch some fireworks. We'll spit on some brown people. We'll be American, Jonah.
That's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious. Nah, brah.
But yeah, man, I think it's very important. And also, man, you know, I love psychology. And the deeper I dig into psychology, the more I feel it's important to get out there, to watch games, to, you know, be in public groups, whether it be like I, you know, do a lot of small business group networking and stuff and go to a lot of meetings and things. And you have to understand, because the problem is, man, respect to you, man. Hats off, salute, literal salute. When you hit the show the other day, you're like, man, I got to get off Twitter because, dude, it drugged me down a hole, like depressive hole for a little while. And I was like, what the hell? And I was like, let me just see. And I took like a Wednesday off, just didn't touch the internet at all. I was like, I'm going to pretend like the internet doesn't exist. Yeah, I'll watch a little news on the TV, but I'm going to pretend like there's no internet, right? My phone is in 1997. And I was so much happier. I was just happier, bro. I think I slept better that night. And I was like, oh, man, they got me. I was falling for the tricks. And then here you come along and you caught it before I did. But you were like, look, man, unless I'm supporting specific people, I'm not fucking with this no more. It's not good for your soul. And you're right, man.
It's not. It's you can see it, dude. You got to understand. Like, if you know what I know what I know, bro. I know it was DARPA created. I know what it was designed to do. I know all of it, dude. Like, this is not some conspiracy tinfoil hat. It's just the fucking truth, dude. It was created by DARPA. The same DARPA when the COVID law leaked and Fauci came to DARPA first, and DARPA was like, nah, man, we can't do that here.
Right. Not
that they wouldn't have. If they were allowed to, they'd have been like, okay, let's do it. But the Ixnay was put on the OVID-A by the ARPA-A. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, so
they moved it over to the UAA in China, and that's where they cooked up their thing, because DARPA even said no to it. But DARPA created Twitter. DARPA created Facebook. The military created the internet. The complex you guys hate about, you like to stand up here and stomp your feet, created the shit that we're on right now. You know what I'm saying, brother? And
yeah,
that when me and my girl were splitting and the house was getting packed up and everything, bro, when all that shit was going on, and I stayed off the internet for like almost 3 weeks, dude, I got such a clear head about everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? And even listen, when this week's a little different because schedule's fucked up, but when I'm on my scheduled week, I come on HJ show on Tuesday. I might check in and check a topic on Monday and Wednesday, but those are my 3 days off. If the topic ain't great on Monday or Wednesday, or I'm doing something more important like fishing or cutting the grass, I don't even turn it on, and I'll watch it on the weekends when I'm driving in the tow truck when there's absolutely nothing on the internet. Like, dude, you got to get off this shit, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
Books and music, man. Ebooks and music, man. when I'm
Well, and
riding the tow truck, dude. Podcast, Canon. That's why I always come in late. Like last night, I was listening to music when I finally stopped. I went to open up the thing, popped open YouTube, and Canon was live. I was like, damn, I get to jump in Canon chat. But the whole time I'm riding around working, towing cars, I got music or ebooks on, man. I'm not listening to even podcasts anymore. I'm telling you, I'm about to put Twitter down. I'm only going to fuck with it on Tuesdays with HJ and Goldstein shit. And then I like you and Pro because you guys ain't on YouTube on Sunday. I can't find you. So I got.
Well, I'll make sure you're on. I'll make sure. I'll send you the link.
I had to watch you on Twitter, and I can't, comment on Twitter. And like, if I got to go into my towing app, I have to close Twitter out. Where if you're on YouTube, I could just, put you in the up box, and I can go onto my towing app. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we were doing a thing where we were trying to see if we polled and did a rerun on YouTube and went live on Twitter, and then we just decided to split it. So he goes live on Twitter, and I go live on YouTube. We both go live on Rumble, and then I go live on my Facebook. So yeah, man. Anyway, you keep talking about DARPA, and for the people out there, I want them to know what the basic definition is. We can get a little bit deeper into it. Jonah knows, I'm sure. So, but basically, DARPA is described by Wikipedia as the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. It's a research and development agency of the United States Department of Defense, and it is responsible for developing emerging technologies for use by the military. Development of emerging technologies for use by the military. Remember, this is the same military that in the 70s came out with a gun that was battery powered that could shoot a poison dart of ice into you, leaving only a tiny red mark, and it would cause a heart attack. I still think that's what the Jays use, because if you notice, those guys always have heart attacks. I still think the Jays are using that. Anyway, the agency was created in 1958 by Eisenhower in response to Soviet launching of Sputnik 1. Wow! So we launched this huge clandestine agency because they put a satellite into space?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Listen.
Sorry, go ahead.
Before you get to going, just point on that last line, and I'm going to let you finish. Eisenhower, ladies and gentlemen, on his final address to the nation on national media said, beware the military industrial contract and the profiteering of war. This is the man who launched the project. So before he got out of office, he's seen all this shit after World War II. It was like, oh shit, I fucked up. Because remember, Eisenhower died poor in Missouri, man. He died poor in Missouri.
Yeah.
Not even poor, but a modest house. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and
He said that was the second one. What did he say about Jonah? What was that second comment?
He said, don't forget about ARPA H, which is, it goes into that a little bit here. I kind of skipped over it. Yeah. And then Eisenhower also gave you NRO.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know,
so, dude. But this is what trips me out too, is that right here that you remember, they always have to tell you what they're doing. That's why, like, it frustrated me when no one got the Obama movie that came out that basically said all we have to do is take out an East Coast satellite, a West Coast satellite, and a Central satellite. We stop everybody from communicating. We feed them whatever propaganda we want, and they're stuck believing it. It's that freaking simple. It's not that hard. Anyway, right here, The Economist, a very well-credited magazine that even this website credits as a quality source for information, has called DARPA the agency that shaped the modern world with technologies like weather satellites. Shout out to Shane Cashman, saying that there's fake clouds and that, there's flooding. Yeah. Yep. GPS, drones, stealth technology, voice interfaces, listening to you all the time, the personal computer, the internet.
Yeah.
On the list of internations which DARPA can claim at least partial credit. Its track record of success has inspired governments around the world to launch similar. Well, sure. Why the hell wouldn't they? Wow.
What? We're on DARPA technology right now. How you doing? How you doing?
Mm.
How you doing, DARPA? Dude,
Wow. That's so when you keep being like DARPA this and DARPA that, I'm like, maybe he doesn't mean that, but he means like, the shadow government. And then all I have to do is pull up Wikipedia and I'm like, he's right. He's fucking 100% right.
This is what they, whether it was nefarious or not nefarious, they study people. They fuck with their brains. They know what they're doing. They've been, you look back into the 60s, 70s, the CIA, how it was all founded. All stems from the the Federal Reserve. You could see the takeover. And it got real bad when America ran over there to Germany after World War II, snatched up a bunch of Nazis and paperclip, brought them over here and put them in all kinds of high government positions. And you wonder why it's not the republic anymore, why there's not an official language anymore, why the borders ain't shit anymore, because it's a banker war, there's a banker nation. It's not real, dude. They have hijacked it. We allowed them to hijack it. You have a cattle number, I have a cattle number, everybody has a cattle number. Come on, man.
That's a question I wanted to ask. How did being inside relate to greater life? Do you feel like being inside, you saw how they basically do us in greater society, but they do it slicker? Or like, how do you feel about like what lessons did you learn there that you can apply on the right everyday life?
There's if I was the benevolent dictator of a state, right, I would take the nonviolence, right, and like I was on a work farm for a few years, right, but I only made like $1 an hour, dude. I mean, not even that. Like, I started off at 72, yeah, like $1 an hour, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was running, if they, it's a sad situation because it's like I want them, like, if the dudes could make a little bit more money, like, but it's almost like then you're like, damn, that's some communist government controlled shit. But for the criminals, man, like, let them work. And like some of the nonviolent shit, if you look at some of the plans over there in Europe, with with the way they let them work, and they're making an industry and they're saving up money, knocking their fines off, and then letting them walk. Like, but see, in Virginia, you made like $72 one month, in a 4-week period, you made like $72. In a 5-week period, you'd make I don't know, like 102. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
Ballin'. No,
all that. Then you turn around and you had it all racked up for the for the canteen. Like, you got to turn around and spend that shit just to live, dude. So it's like, but if you could like run a little industry, like, I don't know, privatize it. I guess like the libertarians would say privatize it, but privatize it with some profit and advance helping a motherfucker when he gets out. He ain't in the hole $25,000 in fines with no life, no apartment, no nothing, no shit, no job, and you just kick a motherfucker out. But you had me working for 3 years on a farm, like dog walking me on a fucking farm, like working me, man. Like, I had one of the better gigs because of driving the tractors, but I still got dog walk, man. There was times in harvest season when I was out there 12 hours a day into the night, 6 days a week, while they were getting them soybeans and corn up.
Damn.
And I seen the cattle crew having to go out at 4 o'clock in the morning and run around and chase cows from all over this fucking farm and bring them up to get herded up for the vet to come see them. I seen that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the dudes could have walked out with anything more than like a couple $100, piece of, I don't know. For the non-violence, I think we could do better. For the violence, we're not doing enough, bro.
So that's something that you mentioned and that I've talked to some. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I knew this dude was. I don't even know his last name. It's a fucking dude named Shane, right? crazy ass white dude, 22 years old, not drunk, not nothing. Walked into a gas station to rob it and blew the fucking clerk's brain off, got life in prison. Now, I've seen this dude in prison. Like, he's been in prison for like 35 years, dude. He's fucking just draining the system. His whole entire family outside is dead. Everybody's mom, dad, sisters, everybody's dead. The dude's just all alone, rotting away in the prison, dude. And his crime was walking into a gas station, robbing the place, getting confrontational. The store clerk got confrontational, and he blew his fucking brains out. You think that dude deserves a second chance? You think he deserves to sit in the psychological and slow torture? Dude, that dude should just be put down, bro. I'm sorry. I'm a proponent of the death penalty. Put him down, dog. Put him down, man. What is that? For nothing? Like, you weren't you weren't at war. Like, I understand war, right? I understand that there's people that do shit like that, right? That people rob, rape, kill just for the hell of it. Then that's why you get a gun. And if a person comes to rob, rape, or something for the hell of it, you should be able to blow them the fuck away, right? Right?
Agreed.
Because that's what I got mine for. When you come to rob, rape, or murder me, I'm going to blow your fucking brain. I'm going to do my best to blow your brains out. I'm going to fight it out with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people do that. But why do we take the people who do that and consistently do that and then just put them in fucking prisons for 40, 50, 60 years? Their whole family dies. They lose their fucking brain. You put them on 60 Minutes. Oh, I'm sad. When you know it, if you got them dead to right 100%, video footage, witness statements, bullet matchups, like some of these dudes are dead to fucking rights, dog.
Well, some of the dudes don't even plead not guilty. They're proud of it. They're like, yeah, and I'll do it again.
Listen, you hustle dope. Like, even if, like, I hate the fact this fentanyl's killing everybody. I don't understand it, but like, dude, this is America, man. You got to make it, man. Like, I understand the dealer's perspective. I just wish they'd be more like, yo, this got fentanyl in it, instead of like, I got Xanax with fentanyl in it. You know what I'm saying? When they know goddamn well they got fentanyl in it, man.
Do you think that?
Yeah, man. Like, dog, like, but I don't knock up, man. Like, raise better kids, dude.
I hear, like, okay, so I will say I do personally know somebody who personally know somebody who thought they were getting pain pills and there was fent in it and it killed him. Now, I honestly don't feel like this dude was trying to get fentanyl. I knew the dude, and I know he was probably just trying to get pain pills because that was his jam. So I don't think he was trying to do fent. You know what I mean? So there's that.
Yeah. It's funny because I bump into old friends from time to time, right? And I'm like, yo, what's like, I sent that another dude that drives the flatbed in the daytime. Dude named Blockhead. His nickname is Blockhead, y'all. Blockhead. Think about that. Blockhead. Because he's G&J Blockhead from Gumby, man. He's a blockhead. Good dude, great man, but his nickname is Blockhead. So we're sitting over there, and they're on Facebook. I don't have Facebook. So I'm like, dude, put the phones down. Put the phones down. And I was like, what's such and such doing? Man, he ain't got no teeth no more. I'm like, dog, he's still fucking ripping rails and partying. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, dog, like, dude, are they playing with fire? They're playing with They're playing with fire. I'm like, I can't understand it. You people I know my age, dude. I'm in my late 40s. How are you still ripping cocaine and fucking drinking every night in your fucking 40s, man? What the fuck is wrong with these people, man?
Man, if I have a Big Mac deluxe meal and a large Coke, I feel like shit the next day. I don't know how they were ripping rails and hammering whiskey. So good for them, I guess. Jonah brings up, Tim Pool brings that child killer. Which child killer are you speaking of, Jonah? There are a lot of them in our world that we elevate, oddly enough.
Which one?
I don't know which one.
I mean,
I was trying to think. I missed it.
Tim Pool got mad because you two pulled my thing down. You two took down my biggest video ever that I've already made millions of dollars of it. I'm stomping my fucking feet. Maybe I should just go to Rumble. And you got a subscription model. You're selling coffee. Motherfuckers, stop being so goddamn greedy, man.
I touched on this.
He can walk away from that. He's so just on that dog. He's an op now, man. He's an op. That kid is so on the tip of YouTube and Google, man. But he's got enough of his own shit. Like, dude, you don't. There's a point you get to, dude, like the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire. Look at it in the beginning, man. When they were just coming up in their grift, but they want to be. Daily Wire wants to be the new Hollywood. They want to be the right wing Hollywood. You know, they talk shit about Hollywood. I hate Hollywood. I hate it. Oh my God, these actors and actresses. You motherfucker, you're from LA.
Have you seen their movies? Have you watched?
I know who you are. I know who you are.
Have you seen Lady Ballers?
Lady Ballers. No, man, I ain't watched a movie, Mike. You know, Mike, the first show I watched in over 3 years, but anything like I bought this 72-inch TV, and all I've watched is Raiders games on it. That's it.
That's awesome.
That's it. Like my kids would watch it. You know, I lay there every now and then with my girl, but I'm not paying attention to. I wasn't paying attention to the mindless shit that she was watching. You know what I'm saying? I was just laying there with her.
You know, Lady Ballers was the Daily Wire movie that they made with Matt Walsh in a dress, and Ben Shapiro is like a coach of a ragtag basketball team. You know that Snoop Dogg did a movie like that recently too. By the way, Jonah said he's talking about the West Memphis 3. So yeah, I don't know where we did. I don't remember talking anything about that, but yes, Jonah, the West Memphis 3 are some people.
I mean, I was sitting here enjoying a fine cigar. So we done rolled the roller coaster, man. You know what I'm saying? That Jay was nice, man. It's been a great conversation, dude.
And it has, man. So you know, getting there,
man. You make a little bit more fun out of it, man. I can get on some rants, but have fun with it instead of getting all.
Well, dude, that's kind of the point of this show, right? Is to have a little fun, allow you to rant if you want to rant, talk shit about some politics, talk about football, talk about life. Yeah. Which, speaking of, man, what do you see? So Protocol, our homie Protocol, who's actually right now monitoring the elections in Georgia, right. He doesn't think there's going to be an election. I think there probably is at this point, just because I think the fix is in. But what do you think?
I'm gonna tell you something, all right? So, like I said, in 2016, like from my birth until 2016, I thought every fucking politician was a scumbag. You know what I'm saying? Every one of them.
I don't necessarily still disagree necessarily.
Bush was anybody from this Ronald Reagan, and then when you found out what Reagan was in your teenage years, you're like, man, fuck all these people. Trump, my brother, me, we got caught up in that, man. The Trump train got us, dog. Like, he's like, Donald fucking Trump, because Trump was talking shit. He's entertaining, does say what you want. Funny dude, talk shit. You're fired. WWE's Donald fucking Trump America. We know who he is, man. That was my criminal fucking game show host. Did he fuck up building too many Trump casinos in Atlantic City? Yes. Did he have only had 2 instead of 3? Yes. Fair. Did the mafia also run Atlantic City? Yes. Did the mafia run Atlantic City in the dirt along with the New Jersey state government? Yes. Did Delaware open up gambling? Yes. Philadelphia opened up gambling? Yes. Upstate New York opened up gambling? Yes. And you think Atlantic City, when Atlantic City was at its peak and roaring, there was nothing on the East Coast but Atlantic City. They came from New York. They came from New Jersey. They came from Pennsylvania. They came from Delaware. I used to drive up from Virginia and North Carolina, the whole Maryland, that whole little loop of the most populated was bumping in Atlantic City. And then the government, the mafia got too greedy, and other state governments were like, why are we not making that money? And then they started. Because when Dover and when Delaware went open from when it first went open, dude, they were crushing it. Everybody from Philly and Baltimore. Delaware got flooded with people. And then what did Baltimore and Philly say? Oh, why are we going to let Delaware make all that money? And then they moved, boom. Because the government controls the gambling, dude.
True.
You know who used to control it? My people and Ben's people and Hotep Jesus's people, where they ran the numbers The Dagos ran the crap games and the card games. You know what I'm saying, dude? It's
all day. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Yeah, it was the hustle. So
number.
yeah.
Give it up. The black folks started the numbers. Sam Giancana learned his number games from a black dude from Detroit, locked up in federal prison, got out, partnered up with him, blew Sam up, and then Sam ran up on him and was like, yo, it's all mine now. Walk. And dude walked.
Nice.
He didn't want to live. He didn't want to die because Sam and them would have killed him. But he walked a rich man. He walked a rich man. So, but that's how Sam got on. That's how Dutch Schultz. The numbers game come out of Harlem, dude. The black folks invented that lottery, man. You know what I'm saying? The Italians usurped it, but the craps games, the blackjack, those underground casinos spread out through New York City. A card game might pop up here, a card game might pop up there. That was the Italians, man. And everything was better back, you know. Then they
Well,
you
and
know,
I can tell you, I did some study in us dirty Irish, where my family comes from. We got by because we protected the Jays. Like we were the thug Jay protectors, so the Jays could launder the money. And because, you know, people wanted to beat them up, the Irish got that business, which was allowed them to stay because we weren't good enough at anything else. We didn't run the numbers. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? We could box and we could get our ass beat well. So while a little guy in a little hat was running away, we could get our ass kicked, basically.
yeah. Bring in the liquor. They were bringing in the liquor.
Yeah, that's true. We're good at liquor.
Prohibition, they were doing good. Ask Joe Kennedy. Ask Bobby's great granddad.
Yeah, man. We were good at the
Ask
like.
Bob. Yeah. Ask
Yeah,
Bob.
no.
You know it. You know that's where that family got that dough, dude. Bootleggers.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. There's books about it. They were proud of it.
The big bad Luciano, the big bad Lucky Luciano, they had to kick him out of the country. But old Joe's up there running politics.
Exactly. Wow, that's a good point I never thought of. That's funny, man. Yeah, it's weird how our selective outrage with our crimes and criminals. Kolak in the building. Pew, 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 pew. If Americans would stop separating day drinking and night drinking, maybe we would be better at it. We just drink all the time. Yes, Cole. I agree.
European. Is that some European?
Yeah.
Donut, dude.
He's from Enid, Oklahoma. He's fucking bearded stoner. I agree. And stoners don't do that. We don't night smoke and day smoke. We just smoke all the time.
I used to be like, not anymore, bro. Not anymore. I'm like, yeah, I'm not. One or two nights a week, bro. My days off, dude.
I hear you.
It's just easier to keep the grind up when. It's easier to keep when I was young though, it was I'd get up in the middle of the night to take a shit, take the bong with me.
Right.
Sit just you know what I'm saying? Take a couple bong hits while now you sit there on your phone. How many people I'd like to know how many people take a shit without their phone, dude. Everybody's got their phone in their hand.
How many people have you seen go take a shit, stop, come out of the bathroom, grab their phone, and go back in?
Yeah. It's got to be fecal matter all over these dirty fucking things, Paul.
I will say, back to the vape pens are what's dangerous because they get you these little just sticks that are black, and you could just little black basic nothing on it, and you just be like zip and be like, oh, okay. And by the time you get to where you're going, you're like, man, I've hit this a lot. I'm ripped. So you got to be careful with the sticks.
Oh, it's THC, bro. It's just liquid THC vaped up, dude. My thing is stay away from. I can't do the edibles, bro.
Yeah, I don't really mess with them so much, man. They make me feel weird.
Dude, they knock, man. I don't know if it's because I eat too much or I just. It hits me something different, bro. Mike, I will lay down for 2 days. I'll get up to eat, piss, and shower. That's it. And lay on the couch for 2 days.
Man, the thing about I was having trouble sleeping a few weeks back, and I went to the dispensary, and they were like, these are melatonin, weed, edible, knock you out, deep sleep things. And it was bullshit. Here was the problem. It was that I ate the gummies and I was too high to sleep, even though I was exhausted. And then when I came down, I wasn't sleepy anymore. I was just tired.
You better have ate something and went to bed, young fellow.
I was laying there like, I'm too high to sleep. Fuck. I overshot my mark. So, speaking of that, how's Psych Tyson? Shout out. Everyone needs to follow Psych Tyson on your X's.
He wants to come on one night.
Let's go. Let's
like,
do it.
Oh, man, let me get in there with you, Mike, man.
Let's go.
Yeah,
you know I'm down. Man, you just name the time, name the place. We'll do it, man. I'm down.
I will. He wants to get on bad, dude. He's got a lot to say, dude. He's a funny dude, man. He's a funny dude. I like dog, I was sitting there at the Grifties, and my brother had at the comedy show the night before, my brother yelled something out. Jabari started laughing so hard. He looked over and he's like, yo, Rudy, man, your brother cool as shit. A little bit right wing for me, man, but he's cool as shit. But he yelled at that girl. She's like, do you know what polygamy is? He's like, Jewish.
Oh man, and then it's like Goldstein was going in on, speaking of that, Goldstein was going on Leonardo today, and all I could think is, man, Rudy knows secrets on this. Rudy got, you know what I'm saying? And then shout out to HJ, but just to, cover, the dude that he said was gay was not a gay dude at all. Just to hold him down like that. You know what I mean? I can't let my man get talked about. So, yeah. Yeah, no, I just thought it was funny. You got deep info.
Yeah. Trying to put old girls' business out there like that.
No, I know. No, we're not going to put any business out. I just thought you would enjoy knowing a deeper story than what everybody knows. What
I told you was a true, factual thing, and there's ask the Haram life, because me and him had this conversation day 2 of it after that night when we were all in your room, and the way it went down, he left the next day. He was like, da da da, he saw something. I was like, yeah, for sure, and then told him the backstory, the same thing I told you. It's 100% true story, bro.
I know, no, I 100% believe you. And then
like
the certain but and also look at this though. If you follow that other comedian and his podcast, just so you know, that comedian we're speaking of in question now is on like most of his dates. So like he's booked that person who he had never worked with before. The person that we're the big guy we're talking about.
She was out there in Chicago with him.
Yeah, and now like I'm talking, and California and Chicago and New York again.
That Chi-Town show is one of them special ones, dude, where he gets with the insane people to some of the best podcasts they ever put out in comedy shows. Like when them 3 get together, and now she's riding with that. It's like, I mean, it is like, dude, you talk to. I'm not that kind of guy, man. That's not my style.
We're not telling no stories. I'm just co-signing on what you said.
You want to ask him about and talk to him and really throw a flame onto the whole world, I'm sure he would go. He would go if you want to talk to him. But that's not mine.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, what's cool is if we have you both on, you can co-sign, and then I can co-sign because I was there.
Because I'm not a liar, bro. I'm gonna sit back.
Exactly.
If he feels like he wants to air that laundry out and be like, it's all fucking true. I was there for the whole thing.
I know.
Because the beginning is way, remember how I explained that to you? The beginning is long before the Grifties.
Yes.
Remember that?
Well, here's the crazy part is it played out.
Huh?
It played out. That's the crazy part is it played out exactly what you were saying. You're like, I think this is the deal and this is the deal. And it seems like this is the deal. And it played out. If you're an outsider, but you know these folks and you know how this shit works, you're like, this played out exactly like my man said it was playing out. Whoa.
HJ, I don't know. You're a busy dude. This is, hey, HJ, my third eye's wide open. I saw that a mile away, bro.
Wide, son.
But I mean, like, listen, I'll talk to Psych. I'm gonna shoot him your number, and like I've already told him. I told him all about our conversation. He's like, "Fucking ain't right, man, Mike. No, see what I'm saying?"
Yep.
That's how he called it. He's like, So, like, if you want, I'm pretty sure you get some traction. It's a true,
Yeah.
you know, and drama sells. That's what these devices are for. And if Psych wants to go on that ride with you, I'm
Let's
sure he'll
go.
go ride with you. But I ain't got no more to say, but I could co-sign it. That's my word.
And man, because we are right up on the 2-hour mark, what do you want to leave the people with? What do you want them to know? Where should they go to follow you? All of that good stuff.
I ain't nothing but Rudy the Vet 81.
There you go.
Listen, man, I gotta get a laptop. I gotta go. My girl bought me a GoPro, like start a fishing channel, have some fun. Da da da. I just, man, I gotta learn this tech, man. Like HJ was talking about that. They call me a laggard, and then I'm from the ghetto. I called up, said, "How I live every day in the internet ghetto. This is where I stay. What I do to survive, to survive." You know what I'm saying? I'm living in the internet ghetto, dude. I don't know.
That's what it is. What I love is how you renew your mind. I love the wisdom behind the dude. You know, that's my favorite part about you is you're the kind of guy that you could sit and talk fishing and weather all day long. And then you can get into DARPA and the evil behind that. And you know what I mean? Years of history at the same time. You know what I mean? You are down with everybody. Doesn't
Bro,
matter who it is, rich, poor, old, young, black, white, brown, purple. You'll just sit and hang out with anyone, man. And I respect that, man.
bro, ebooks was one of the best, like the audio books, dude.
Yeah.
And you could just ride down the road and listen to a book.
What are you watching or what are you listening to? Watching? See? They got me hemmed up, Rudy. What are you listening to right now, man?
The last one I listened to, I don't know. Like I was working days still, so it was the last time I was in the truck, man. I guess I keep busting HJ's balls and like, dude, put the Patriot Report out there on it.
Agreed.
One of Alex's books, man. One of Alex Jones's books. But like, I'm like, oh man, like History Channel,
Yeah.
History podcast. Like I loved it, like in-depth ones, man. Dates, times. Some of it's been a while, bro. Like I ain't been over the road. But when I was over the road for them years, dude, I was on it, dude. A brief history of the CIA, brief history of the world, written by some dudes from Harvard.
Yeah.
Just dude, I'm too stoned to remember.
No, you're good. No, you're good, man. I love that. I
But
personally, I been reading Shane Cashman's latest, called The Fucking Lunatic, which is great. And then I am looking for Jordan Peterson's got a new one coming out called We Who Wrestle with God. So I'm excited about that one too.
I never read a Shane novel, dude. I just read Shane articles, dude.
Yeah, check out, on Twitter is he's got like 3 installments of that Kanye West fiction kind of scary thing out, and it's really cool. And then you'd like The Fucking Lunatic because it's him basically being a normal person during COVID and just conversations he had with people and how they were like, you should die because you don't want a mask and all of this. So yeah,
Crazy.
it's good stuff.
That one was a number, dude. I like what fucking Goldstein said in the Twitter space today. Like, dude, HA was talking about I'm gonna be sitting back with my grandkids talking about this and that. Goldstein said, I'll be sitting back with somebody else's kids talking about how they left a biological weapon on you with a vaccine. That shit was like, yo, the Nephilim has spoken, dude. The Nephilim has spoken, brother.
Man,
That
I think I've figured out. Also, I figured out a way to get him a grifty lock in. We're gonna have the Nephilim grifter of the year, and it's just gonna be him and Royce White. You know what I'm saying?
Or King Val, dude. Yeah, the Nephilim. Put King Val. Who it is. Today is 1993, and we're here to talk. Have you watched any of his videos?
Yeah, his stuff is good. Yeah, Bao is powerful. Absolutely.
His voice and his tone, dude. That's a call. Like, he sound. It almost seems AI, bro. Even if I didn't know he was real and hear him on HJ show, I think it's AI. Welcome to the King Bao. What did he should have done? Like, he's so calm.
What did he should have done? Yeah, I love it.
Calm with it, man.
All right, brother. We're going to say peace out. We're going to thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to tune into The Grift Report every weekday, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, with your man, Hotep Jesus. Of course, you got the Griff Report on Thursday, or excuse me, you've got the HBTY show every Thursday night. Of course, Cannon Speaks on Monday and then followed up on Thursday. And then, of course, on Friday, my man Protocol's shout out. We're going to send it right over to him as he is doing a live right now. Let me make sure he's doing that. I don't want to say he's doing a live right now and he's not. But we want to send that over to him. There's Protocol right there. And yeah, he's live right now.
Oh,
so.
Geet's brother. Keep that live rocking, pro.
Yeah, we're gonna I'm sharing it on X right now. I'm at Seahawk Comedy. I got Rudy's handle posted there. Let's all go over to Protocol's channel and check that out. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Rudy, my brother, you know you are welcome anytime. Let's get psych in here. Let's do a pause. Let's do a three panel guest show is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
3 panels on the screen is what I'm trying to say, Rudy. Anyway, man, thank you again, brother. Thank you again.
Peace,
You're a powerful dude, man. You mean a lot to all of us. All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.